That's how my mom found out, because everybody's watching the news on New Year's at midnight because they're all watching the fucking ball drop. Ball drops 12:01, breaking news, and I'm all over the fucking news, bro. Shit was all over the internet, everything.
Life on EJ. Yeah.
You got a lot going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
buying a house is a big thing. I don't know what it's like because I've never bought a house. You know what I mean? But
Buying a house, decorating a house. Every project is unfinished, but in a good way. And I just have to remember to enjoy the process. And I really do. But sometimes you want the finished product. When you have a goal and you want to get there and you forget to enjoy the road. So I have to always do that shift in my head. Like, hey, man, you wanted this and enjoy it. Like, this is life, man. You don't buy a house and it's full with all the furniture you want. You pick it out piece by piece.
yeah.
Sometimes I'll feel like I'm annoyed that I have to go. I just want to walk into the house furnished,
You just
but
want it to be done.
but I don't. I'm like, what a fucking brat.
Yeah.
That's what I say to myself.
It's hard.
How do you? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're on a road to somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how do you enjoy the process instead of just looking for the outcome?
So I try to focus more on like present day than future. Like, not saying that I don't plan for the future, because I do. Like, a lot of stuff that I do is in hopes that everything goes right and I land somewhere big. But I focus more on present, and then comparing my present to my past. I don't want to compare it to where I think I should be in the future, because then I'll spiral out of control. Because then, like, that's when I view it like, oh, I'm not doing good enough. Oh, I should be way further along, and stuff like that. But like, it's been such a short period of time. We're talking about like 5-6 months, right? And like 5-6 months ago, like, my life was completely in the dumps, dude. It was completely in the toilet. So like, you look at my life now, and it's like, bro, I don't have the most perfect of lives, but like, there's things that I have, like, that aren't materialistic, that like I didn't have when I was out there. And it's like I have peace of mind. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in this house now by myself, and like, it's quiet. There's nobody around. I don't have anybody to interact with while I'm there, but like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with sitting with myself. And I do a lot of reflection and a lot of like remembering where I came from and how much work I've put into where I'm at already. And it's just kind of one of those things where like, yo, I refuse to throw that away at this point.
Why do you think you're all right by yourself? Somebody asked me if you were going to be all right by yourself in the house. I think it's up to the individual, and it has to do with their own. I don't know what. Why are you all right? Why aren't you seeking something to
like women or like anything, right? So on this last run, I spent a lot of time by myself, but it was in such a dark place, and I had this thing upstairs talking to me, like telling me like, yo, your life is always going to be like this. Like, yo, you're never going to get better. Like, you're always just going to be a piece of shit, loser. Like, you're never going to do anything. This is where you deserve to be. Just like around nobody, with nothing, with no happiness, with no joy, with no freedom. Like, this is what you deserve. You know what I mean? And like, bro, that almost killed me. Like, that self-talk and that sitting with that almost killed me. And like, the difference between then and now is, again, I know it's been such a short period of time, but in such a short period of time, bro, I have done so much work on myself when it comes to like, like AA, that's one part of it. But like the therapy that I've done, and like the amount of effort and work that I've put in to like my mental state in therapy is like unbelievable. And that's why I'm able to show up like this. So I'm able to sit with myself now because like I have like deep love and affection for myself. Like I appreciate who I am as a fucking person nowadays, where I didn't always have that.
Why do you now? What do you do that makes you feel like it's okay to love yourself and that makes you truly feel it?
So I truly believe that like when you're in a state of not loving yourself, something that will bring you back is being around people that love you until you learn how to love yourself. And like that's what I've been around. It's like my friends, dude, like they've always had the utmost fucking belief in me and utmost love for me and just wanted to see me do good. And they tell me how great I am and that what I'm doing isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. But then on top of that, like I can never give enough credit to the place that I was just at, like Reprieve Recovery Center, dude. Let me tell you something. Like I've been to 25 treatment centers. There's never been a treatment facility that I went to where like it is clear as day that those people are not just there to collect a check. Like they don't clock in and clock out. You know what I mean? Because like even when they're off the clock, they'll text me and check on me. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? You okay? Check in with me. Like so I got discharged from there on Monday, and plenty of them have already reached out to me. Like I'm no longer in their treatment facility. So like you would think that like, all right, well then on to the next one that I do get paid to take care of. Bro, they never got paid to take care of me. In all reality, I was scholarshiped. So like they weren't getting any money out of me. So why did they put the effort into me that they did? Because they actually care. And they helped me realize like who I am as a person and what I'm meant to do and who I'm meant to be.
And they tell you about yourself, what's great about you, and you start to remember and think about yourself that way.
So
Just in case you're thinking about yourself like shit, they're there to tell you
Yeah.
the right way to think about yourself.
yeah, a lot of it, their big thing, like I had two therapists. One was given to me, and then one I picked on my own because like I needed that. Like one therapist isn't enough for me. Like I need two.
Yeah, we're gonna
bro.
double you up. This guy's some.
I need two. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, there might be some things that like I can get from you, but then there's other things that I can get from you, and I need everything. I need everything because I'm so far down in this hole that like I need people to get me out of it. And like one thing that they focus on and they really drill into your head is, yo, give yourself grace. You know what I mean? Give yourself some grace. Be easy on yourself. You know, like hold yourself to a certain standard, but also give yourself grace and remember where you came from. You know what I mean? And how far you've come along. Like, don't forget that. Don't get lost in trying to move forward and forgetting how much you've already accomplished. And they don't let me forget that. Like they tell me all the time how good I'm doing. Like I just had my graduation from there, bro, and like there was all these postcards that people wrote really good stuff about me. They're like all the therapists there are telling me like how much I've made them enjoy doing their job because of the effort that I put in. And like on top of that, like I know that because they tell me all the time, but there was clients there that I never even spoke a sentence to. And they're sitting there and telling me like how much I've inspired them, how much I've helped them, and I don't even fucking realize it. And I think that's why like I wanted to do this so bad because we had like honestly, dude, we have no idea how many people this will touch, how many people this will help, and like what is it? It's a half hour out of our day. Like if a half hour out of your day can help thousands of people, is it worth it? To me, the answer is yes.
Yeah, and it helps me too. Like,
Sure.
what better trade than that?
Sure.
I have a lot of guys that work for me, and I get to make money, but it only works for me if it benefits them too. I was on the sales floor before we did this, dude, and there's a new guy in there, and he was just talking about what you said about this perspective. He's like, be careful with what you say. Your brain doesn't know. He's talking to the other new guys, and I was just like a fly on the wall. He's like, your brain doesn't know the difference between good talk and bad talk. It thinks that it's going to start to kind of manifest that. And then I heard something a long time ago that said, like the two twins, one lives with the mom, one lives with the dad, and they were just making a point. The mom always feeds the kid. You can do anything you want. You can be anything you want. You know, you're good at this. And the dad's like, you're an idiot. Like you can't do anything. You're never going to get anywhere, man. You're just a waste. And that becomes your self-talk.
Yeah.
And the trajectory of their life is completely different. And I run into the same thing myself when I'm using or just not treating myself properly, I guess you could say. the self-talk is nuts, and it's fucking loud. It's loud.
Yeah.
And it's not like, stop that, man. It's like it becomes so, it's an obsessive, it's a loop. It plays on a loop in your head, and it'll spiral me to the ground. So really important. And now I wanted to ask you also, if you're down the way building a network, what do you get from that? Like, what do you get out of that?
Resources, right? It's
Resources
like,
for how to what?
for me to be able to do my thing, right? Because like when I'm down the way, I'm not one of those people that's just like I come in and out because like I hold on to my job and like I still have a car and I still have a home that I live in. Like I burn everything to the fucking ground.
You're kind of like
bro.
the addict. Like, this is what I do now, like
Dude,
all the way.
I burn it
And then
all
when you
to the
pick,
ground.
when you pick living that way, you pick it all the way.
I cross that bridge and I burn everything down.
That's
behind
one
me.
of our differences. The differences between us is I'm not willing to accept what I'm doing wrong to the point where I can just go all the way. I think ultimately I get there anyway, but you have a bigger acceptance of
Yeah.
what it is, and you go all in.
I accept it so quickly too. Like so quickly I can go from condo to concrete. You know what I mean? Where like I'm sitting on fucking Clearfield in Kensington with everybody else that's down there, dirty as shit. I haven't showered in months. My fingernails are fucking disgusting, and I'm selling works. Like so quickly, I can accept that, like that's what I'm doing, and that's the scariest part about all of it. Is like I could just, bro, I could do that. So
I'm selling
easily.
works.
Like, but that's real though,
Yeah.
because you've seen me doing it. You know what I mean? Like, granted, there was times when I was out there where, like, you know, this is crazy to say. Like, I was like a upper class drug addict, right? Where like I had a caseworking job on the block. You know, where like not only was I not trapping, like I get to manage the trappers.
You're like,
you
I'm
know
a
what
drug
saying?
addict, but I can hold the job,
Yo,
though.
remember, I would tell you like, yo, you would come down and I'd be like, yo, you don't understand, yo, like I'm making $25 a bundle.
Yeah.
How happy was I with that? Like I was so content with that. I'm making $25 a bundle.
That was a hard, that was a big, I couldn't believe it because I was like, look at where we are with our lives.
Yeah.
And we were just chopping up great money, big deals, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions in sales, great. And now you're telling me about the profit in a bundle.
Yeah.
That comes out to $14.
Yeah. Bro, it grabs me. Like I don't know what it is. And like I know that there's people out there that it happens to too. And like they can relate to this, what I'm about to say. I don't know what it is about that demon, bro. But like when it grabs me, it fucking grabs me. Like it pulls me down deep into those depths and I can't get out. Like, and I want to so bad, but like I can't. Like I'm just stuck there. Like it doesn't matter how many times my mom or my sisters cry and like beg me to stop. I want to so bad. Like that's what you have no idea.
Like when you're in the mix, when you're in the grips, you want to stop
Yeah,
so bad.
bro, I want to stop so bad, but I can't. And like every day, I'll start my day like, yo, today's the day that I'm going to get my shit together. And then my day will go. Because like I got to have my last one before I go, right?
Yeah.
And then like my day will go on and like I'm just fucking like scheming, like doing whatever I got to do to get my next one. And then before I know it, it's fucking 10 o'clock at night. And like my shit is set up for the night, so it's like, all right, I'll go tomorrow. I'll go to rehab tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like tomorrow never fucking comes. And for some people, bro, it's like I'll go to rehab tomorrow, and they die before tomorrow comes. Like I'm gonna tell you a story. So, me and Shane were in the car last Friday, and his dad works for a rehab and he had to go and like pick somebody up from the airport. And, you know, he's a little like mad about it because he had to go to LaGuardia, right? No, who the fuck wants to drive through New York traffic at rush hour to go to an airport? Like that sucks. So I guess he like took a nap or something. And he called Shane back and like an hour later and he was like, yo, I feel so fucking bad. Like I was sitting here bitching about having to drive to LaGuardia, and the person that I was going to pick up at the airport, I guess she was coming from like Florida or something, she fucking died in the cab on the way to the airport. Think about that. Like this is the first thing that I thought about. I know that, like, for my mother and my sister and like the people that are closest to me, like they just hold on to this little bit of hope when I'm out there, this little ass bit of hope that like one day I'm just gonna decide to stop,
Yeah.
right? And then they get that phone call, like, yo, I'm done. Like I want to go to rehab. And they're like, thank God. Like they can see the light now. Thank God. Finally. And I'm in the cab on the way to the airport because I got to get my last one in before I go to rehab, and I fucking die. Bro, my family would be crushed. They would be crushed. And it's sad because it happens every single day, bro.
I came home from treatment one time and I was on a cloud. I was like a rock star, man. Just feeling great, doing great relationships, getting them back with my family and stuff like that. And I finally took a trip to Atlantic City with a kid that I met in the rehab. He was a good friend of mine at the time, and he was like one of the first guys on my team for the sales job that I had, and like things were going really well. But I was in great spirits, like kind of like the best I'd ever been. Went to Atlantic City, drank a little bit. My buddy had copped some dope off the street in Atlantic City. I took a little bit, drunk, put too much in the cap, shot it up, overdosed in the hotel. He had to call, so I woke up to the security, to the cops,
Yeah, it's the worst.
and a mess. It was a mess.
You think that's bad? I'll tell you about my worst one. My worst overdose mishap. It was New Year's Eve, 2017, and I was with my ex-girlfriend. Like we were together. I was living at her dad's house, right? Because I got kicked out of the recovery house for getting high. I can't get my fucking life together. I'm just like living in a bedroom at my girlfriend's dad's house. And it's New Year's Eve. We had plans to go out to the bar later that night for New Year's, you know what I mean? But she had work, right? So I convinced her to let me have her car for the day while she's at work. So I go and drop her off at work, and I have her brand new car, bro. She had it for about 2 weeks. It's not funny. I'm laughing, but it's really not funny. And I drive down the way. I go cop, and I come back out to Levittown. And so like when I used to do dope, if I was driving and shooting up, I would pull over, and I would hit, and then I would sit there for like 5 minutes just to make sure that I was okay, because I didn't want to be falling out while I'm driving. And for some reason this time I didn't do that. I hit, I threw the needle out, and I put the car right in drive. I got down to the bottom of the street where the stop sign is, and the next thing I know, I am in the front seat of the car. The windows are smashed all on me. All I see is red and blue sirens, and somebody's reclining chair is on the hood of the car. I parked her brand new car through somebody's sliding glass door and into their living room. And to state prison I went. That was the last time I ever did dope. Very last time. Because of that right there. Like it killed my best friend, and that was the start of like the end of dope for me. But like that right there, like, yo, bro, can you imagine if I would have killed somebody in that house? There wouldn't be any of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had any of the experiences that we've had. We wouldn't have any of the memories that we've had. Like, bro, I'd be rotting away in a fucking prison cell.
Dude. It's
all over the news too. Like that's how my mom found out, because everybody's watching the news on New Year's at midnight because they're all watching the fucking ball drop. Ball drops, 12:01, breaking news, and I'm all over the fucking news, bro. Shit was all over the internet, everything.
Wait, it happened on New Year's?
New Year's Eve, bro. Yep. $1 million bail. $1 million bail. When I got arraigned, like they did it through like a screen. The judge was on a screen, and he was like, Mr. O'Brien, I'm gonna set your bail at $1 million. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? $1 million.
That's high.
And he was like, do you want me to make it 2 million? And I'm like, yo, honestly, like, yo, dude, it doesn't matter what million you make it. Like, I'm not getting out. You know what I'm saying? The crazy part about that is this. I had $1 million bail in the county of Bucks, in Bucks County. That same exact year, I don't know if you ever heard about this story, but this kid, Cosmo DiNardo, He killed 4 kids and buried them on the farm that his parents owned. And it was like national news. They're like looking for these 4 kids that he buried with a backhoe. You know what his bail was?
It should be.
$1 million.
There's something wrong with that. It should be no bail.
But I could have killed somebody.
Just a guy with it's a guy with a drug problem.
problem.
I know. Yo, I've woken up on the floor. It's hard to talk about this shit. That's why I get all squirmy. It's uncomfortable. I've woken up on the floor in my house by myself like several times, and thanked God that I'm still alive. It happened in that casino. It happened at my house 3-4 times. Like, thank God I'm still alive. I told the story to you last week where I had a great conversation with my girl. It got me out of the funk of the fact I just used, where I was dead miserable. One convo. I felt good after the fact, after the convo, and then I died. And we stay at it.
Think about that, though. Like, think about what that would have did to her. You know what I mean? And your kid. What would that have done?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, the last memory that she would have been left with is that you guys had this good conversation. And, like, what it was probably about, I'm just guessing, was it was about you stopping. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to stop. Like, I feel so much better. And then, boom, dead.
I think I was at peace, E, because I had like some acceptance that I was like getting ready to kill myself. I told you.
Yeah.
And so I had like a good vibe and temperament. We just had like a real honest, mellow combo. No nerves there, no. And then I felt good after because she got me out of my thing without even trying.
Yeah.
That's why I love her, right? And it's like, it's scary.
Yeah.
So, you have hope for the future.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
Then, how do you hang on to that? Like, how do you keep yourself grateful for every single day?
So, you know, I talked about it a little bit last week, but I can kind of get a little bit more into detail and like give you like current events that are of things that are happening that I'm doing that are going to keep me grounded. Like I have to maintain all the things that I've been doing up to this point that have gotten me to where I'm at. Because the other day when I graduated from like my IOP, my sister works there. And my sister has known me her entire life, right? And when it was all over, it was about like an hour and a half long. When it was over, she hugged me like real tight. And she like whispered in my ear that this is the best version of me that she has ever seen. And that is because of the things that I've been doing that I don't normally do, right? So like the therapy thing, I just had my psych evaluation yesterday for like an outside therapist. So I'm going to continue with therapy because it's, bro, like anybody that has like any kind of like mental health issues or like that struggles with just life in general, like, yo, I honestly, like I thoroughly suggest therapy because it's so fucking helpful, dude. So I maintain that. I maintain my sobriety, like by no means, no matter what, do I ever pick up a drink, a drug, a steroid, anything, any of that stuff that takes me out of myself, that makes me spiral out of control. I don't pick it up because it is a danger to me. Like I can't do it, right? And I've tried doing it every which way. I've tried just drinking on the weekends. And me just drinking on the weekends leads into me like drinking a bottle of wine on a Tuesday night in my room by myself, depressed as a motherfucker, right? I've tried like not doing dope anymore and just smoking crack, right? And where does that lead me? That leads me to fucking sitting on the side of Kensington Ave. I've tried just doing meth. Where does that lead me? That leads me to a complete state of mental psychosis where I think people are fucking out to get me, where I think people are watching me with drones, where I think people are trying to fucking kill me and kidnap my cat, and people are talking to me that aren't actually fucking there. All of that shit. That's where that leads me. So I've tried to stay sober by just putting everything down and not doing AA, not doing therapy, not doing any of that stuff. And let me tell you something. I am a worse person sober and not doing anything for myself than I am when I'm fucking a raging crackhead. because now it's like crack was my solution, right? So you take that solution away from me and I don't pick up the solution of like therapy, AA, and all of that stuff. I am a fucking natural disaster, bro. I am a tornado. I will rummage and destroy anybody's life that gets in my way. Like you decide to enter my life when I'm in that state, and God bless you, because I'm gonna ruin your entire life because I'm not okay with myself and I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I have to maintain that stuff. And like, yesterday I just got my first sponsee. So I get to take a guy through the steps now. A guy that like feels like I felt at one point, that like has barely any hope for himself. He's angry at the world. He's all of these things that I felt not that long ago. And I get to show him that there's another solution, bro, that there's a way out. I just got to keep helping people, man. Like I can't be in that selfish state, because like when I get too full of self, bro, ego kicks in, and then I think I'm better than everybody, and that's when I'm fucked. Like I know I'm talented, I know I'm gifted, I know I have a big purpose in this world, but I'm not better than anybody. You know what I mean? And I am one bad decision away from being right back where I was at or dead.
How do you stay, last question, right? How do you stay like pretty much scared to use? Because obviously there was a point in the past where you went and got high where you weren't grateful for what you had anymore because it was overwhelming. You're like, I made a bad bed with the wrong girl, fucked up this, fucked up that, and so fuck it, I'm gonna go get high. Now you're scared to get high because you don't want to die, because you have a lot of hope for the future. What do you want, like, in a few years? Where do you want to be? What gets you up and excited every single day? Is it just that the monkey's off your back and you're like, I get to live, I don't feel that burden? Or is there things that you're hopeful, like, that you're aiming towards?
You want to know what like one of my biggest goals is? I want to do a TED Talk.
About what?
Pretty much what we do here. Like talking about how like you can pull yourself up from the fucking depths of hell. You know what I mean? And like just a motivational TED Talk. Because like, I 100% believe this. Like my purpose in this world is to do exactly what we're doing right now. Right? Like I do other things, right? Like I have a job, and I do all that, and that's how I make my money and whatever. But like my purpose in this world is not to sell precious metals, or it's not to sell sports cards. It's to fucking get a message out there that's gonna help fucking millions of people.
Yeah.
And this is the start. This is like my beginning platform. And like where I want to end up, bro, is like I want to go to stadiums with thousands and thousands of people in there and just do a talk. Like just talk and have thousands of people listening to me. And like if I can help people in that way, like, bro, I would get more fulfillment out of that than anything, right? And like we're doing these sober houses and stuff like that. So like I'm like just being able to provide services for people that get them out of that dark place, right? Like, yo, listen, I'm not fucking God, bro, and I can't save the fucking world, but like I know what it's like to feel like the walls are caving in and like everything around you is fucking crumbling. And like, yo, if you feel like that, like it doesn't have to be like that. Like I promise, it does not have to be like that, and the world isn't gonna end. You have if you're still fucking breathing, if there's still air in your fucking lungs, bro, like you have a chance to change it. And like I'm willing to stick my hand out and help anybody, whether I know them or not, because I know what the fuck that feels like, bro. And I don't want anybody to feel like that. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, bro.
You got a new network, you got a new fucking lease on life.
Yeah.
You're hopeful. You're scared to use again?
Yeah.
Because it can kill you physically, or because of what it does to your soul?
Nah, you want me to be honest with you, bro? Like, not saying that I'm immortal, but like I don't know that like I'm one of those people that like will just die. Like I think that like I'm one of those people that like won't be able to return mentally, and I will just suffer the rest of my life in that dark fucking place. And that's scary. Because you know how scary that place is. Like that, bro, it grabs a hold of you, man. And like what I truly believe is if I go back out there, like it is going to completely take my mental state over and there's no coming back for me. And that keeps me afraid to use.
Oh, well, we got to end on a positive, so you got to give me like final thoughts, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it together. Final thoughts. I mean, you help people. I like to. That's everything for me. It's a purpose. I wake up for it. It's a better high than any impulse fucking blast. I don't like talking to myself like shit. I like talking to myself positive. I big myself up, and then I go another day and do more. I get further along, and then you realize how you said something before about helping people that you didn't even know you've made an impact on. Like, those are the hits, man.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, oh, wow, I'm so glad. I was having a rough day. I don't even know what the hell I was thinking. And then I had that little compliment or something from somebody. You're a big complimenter, too. You're also willing to get vulnerable and honest and uncomfortable. I think you have all the right bumpers around you. And so if you were given a TED Talk, it sounds like you'd be talking about the bumpers that you've put around you to help you deal with life.
Sure.
And how it'll toss you around. And then you have hope, gratitude for everything going on, everything, no matter what, so you have the right perspective. And like, this is the stew, I think, that's keeping you going. Where you headed, man? What's going to happen over the next week?
The next week, so I got a couple weeks before these beds start filling in this house, so I'm gonna take like the next week to enjoy the quiet, the peace and quiet before it's like the calm before the storm. Not saying it's gonna be a bad thing, but it's just like, you know, it gets chaotic when there's 7 people living in a house together. You know what I mean? It's not quiet like there is now. So I'm going to really take advantage of that quiet time and reflect on what my life has been for the last 5 months, because like it was bittersweet having to leave that place that I was so comfortable with, because that was a real safety net. You know what I mean? Like I had people around me at all times that were like, you know, making sure that I was okay. And I, you know, not to say that I don't have that anymore, because those people are still there. They're just not physically there to surround me at all times, where like I don't have that little crutch anymore. So like in all reality, like I could go out and I could go do whatever I want, and like chances are I would probably be able to get away with it. Like I wouldn't get caught. You know what I mean? Because there's nobody around to see it. But like, I would know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would know. And like, for me, that's not it. So I'm gonna take this week to like really reflect on like all of the fucking work that I have put in thus far. And I am going to really get a good idea of a vision board of like what I want my life to be in the next 5 to 10 years, because yo, my train's on the tracks and it's rolling. You know what I mean? And like, it's not about to slow down for anything or anybody, bro. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. All right. Momentum's important, man. When you have it, keep it. That's what I know more than that. I have to tell myself every day, Jonathan, don't ruin the momentum. Keep it going, because you don't know what's gonna come next. But I know what happens when I fucking use again. And I appreciate you, man. See you next week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Life on EJ.